the worst financial decision you've ever made? Because some people would say that mine is investing money into an apartment that I don't own, but actually the worst financial decision I ever made was taking all the Bitcoin that I had in Robinhood, selling it, and then rebuying it in Celsius a few years ago, because Celsius, if you stored your Bitcoin on their app, they would pay you interest weekly, because they would take your Bitcoin and lend it out to people and pay you interest on top of that, split their earnings with you. So at one point I was making $700 a week just by having my Bitcoin in there. And I continued to buy Bitcoin because Bitcoin is going up, and I was so excited, and I was making all this money off it, and I was like, this is so great, I'm gonna have so much money. But you know what they say? Not your keys, not your Bitcoin. If you store your crypto on a third-party app, it doesn't actually fully belong to you. Things can happen. Things can happen, and I knew that things could happen. So anyway, Celsius filed for bankruptcy. They've paused transfers for most people indefinitely. I cannot get my money out. I have more than a full Bitcoin in there. I was so proud of myself when I worked my way up to a full Bitcoin. It took me a few years, but I got there, and now that money isn't mine anymore, and you just have to laugh. This is why. Never invest more money than you can stand to lose. I mean, that's a lot of money, but at this point, I just have to laugh.
This was part of the reason why I got out of the crypto game, is the exchanges were corrupt and the governments were messing with the exchanges. There was a lot of hacker problems, not your keys, not your crypto. And when I saw how much interest they were giving you to loan out your crypto, I was like, there's no way that's feasible. Okay, they're going to be insolvent. Just like a lot of these ETFs or mutual funds that have these high dividends, you know that when the rubber meets the road, they're not going to pay that. And many of these people got caught. And the tax code had never figured itself out up until recently about how is it even taxed. Try to get your CPA to do your taxes on it. A good CPA wasn't going to touch it, okay? And Coinbase wouldn't even give you the paperwork at the end of the year for taxes. It was a mess. And I decided, hey, this is too premature. And I hate it for her, but when you're speculating, those are the things you run into. They were gambles, especially things other than Bitcoin and Ethereum. Crazy.